Marlene Hutchinson, and welcome to Tips for Guitar Playing Success. As many of you know, I've been sharing my guitar playing tips every Thursday for more than 8 years. It's been my way to hopefully help you stay motivated, be inspired, and continue expanding your guitar playing journey. If you're interested in more learning resources like my Thursday Tips blog, my DVDs, books, virtual learning, and more, go to my website, marlenesmusic.com. And for anyone who's listening and feels like you're missing out on all the fun, you can easily join our wonderful world of guitar with my Learn to Play Guitar in a Day program, which you can also find at marlenesmusic.com. Now on to today's tip. Today's tip is playing your guitar using a flat pick. As you may know, there are several ways for you to play rhythm on your guitar. You can use your fingers, play with a flat pick, play with finger picks, and you could also do a combination of your fingers and a pick. Whether you choose to play with a flat pick or finger style or with finger picks or a combination, it's really your personal preference. Some guitarists like to play with their fingers only, like Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac fame. Now, there are some guitarists like Sheryl Crow who play some of her songs finger style and some of her songs using a flat pick. And other guitarists like the late, great George Harrison from the Beatles played mostly with a flat pick. So it's really a matter of personal preference. And for me, when I'm playing, it's a matter of song choice. I tend to lean a little more toward fingerstyle playing, but depending on the song, I might prefer it with a flat pick. So again, it's your personal choice. But in this episode, I'm going to talk specifically about playing your guitar using a flat pick. There are several reasons why you might play with a flat pick, and it mostly has to do with the sound. With a flat pick, you get a much louder sound. For example, here I am strumming with a flat pick. And here I'm strumming with my thumb. Notice how the flat pick strum has a louder sound, has more volume. With a flat pick, you also get a little bit more of a tinnier sound like this. Versus with my thumb. There are generally two types of picks. A flat pick, which is flat, and you hold it between your thumb and your index finger or finger one. And then there is a finger pick, which fits in a circle around your finger with the pick sort of sticking out of it. You've probably seen banjo players wearing finger picks. Generally, a finger pick is used when a guitarist wants to play a pick for the bass notes like strings 6, 5, and 4, and then use their fingers on the remaining strings. You'll frequently find this style of playing in country music. And someone who's quite well known for playing with a finger pick on his thumb is Tommy Emmanuel. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of how to play with a flat pick. There are 3 thicknesses or gauges of flat picks. The light gauge, which is quite bendable, almost like a really heavy piece of paper, gives you a softer sound. The medium pick is basically the standard that most guitarists use, and if you're not sure which one to use, I recommend starting with a medium gauge. The heavy gauge pick is quite thick, and it's a little bit harder to play, but you get a bigger sound. By the way, you can get flat picks in bulk, and they're usually quite inexpensive. So you take your flat pick and you're going to pinch it between your thumb and your index finger or finger one of your rhythm hand. You want the pointy part of the pick to end up on the strings when you hover your hand over the sound hole. So the point should be what will be strumming on the strings. It's important to know that you can't have a death grip on that pick, which is kind of our instinct, because if you do, it will restrict your movement. When you play with the flat pick, you are actually using not just your hand and your wrist, but you're using your forearm, you're using your elbow. So there's a lot more movement in your arm, and you don't want to restrict that by tightening your muscles. But you also don't want to hold the pick too loosely because it could fly out of your hand. So as you're playing, you will learn about how much you should hold on to or grip that pick. You'll especially notice it if you're holding the grip lighter and it begins to move around while you're playing. So there's kind of a learning curve on how much to pinch that pick. Now, the good news about using a pick is anything you've already learned to play, you can play with a flat pick. So to begin getting used to it, start strumming the most basic strums that you know. And then as you get a little more comfortable with strumming with the flat pick, then add in more challenging strums, maybe the calypso strum. You could start doing some picking with it, just really getting used to the difference of playing with a flat pick versus your fingers. Also getting used to the volume. There's quite a bit of volume that comes with using a flat pick, as I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of adjustment and trial and error. When you're playing with a flat pick, you'll just have to get used to. Once you've gotten used to it with strumming, then try it in a song. And I recommend you go to a song that's really, really easy for you to play so that you're not really thinking about the mechanics of the chords or the notes, but really just being able to experience how to play with a pick. Once you have a chance to start playing around with a flat pick, then you can decide if you like it or if you want to stick with fingerstyle or if you want to do a combination. You'll be able to pick your pick preference. I hope this episode's tip has helped you to continue expanding your guitar skills and knowledge. If you'd like to learn more, check out the many learning resources available at my website, marlenesmusic.com. Thank you for joining today's podcast, and as I like to say, play on.